KRU, a team everyone clowned at, just did the impossible. KRU turned a 0-9 regular season, 100% loss rate to win LCQ and go on the greatest run VCT Americas have ever seen.
They go on a run. Go on a run? That was gonna be the 0-9 team is gonna go on a run.
We're starting with the pistol round, where KRU have gone for all 5 players buying Ghost and then combining it with these abilities. Nothing out of the ordinary, while MiBR have gone for 3 upgraded pistols and these abilities. These buys tells us that KRU wants to take long range fights, while MiBR wants to push fast due to keeping 2 classics and a frenzy. The setup for the round is Cypher alone on A with this trip, and this makes sense since Cypher mainly focuses toilet in case MiBR pushes him, so he can get away and Cypher's ability allow him to hold solo. While the rest goes for 1 player in hookah, and have used this Viper wall, and then 2 players peeking long, and Raze on site to hold it down. MiBR on the other hand are going 4 players towards A short fast, and then Chamber alone towards toilet, since he can always teleport away if needed. And then uses this Viper wall since it will allow them to take U-Haul for free. MiBR uses a Sky Dog to clear U-Haul, while Raze uses the Statuals. And here by sheer luck, Raze destroys the Cypher trap, and this right away defeats the purpose and effectiveness of Cypher alone on site. KRU understands it's a take, but you have to be careful. If KRU teleports 1 by 1, or MiBR understand what they're doing, they will just go to the portal and go B, since they have full control of B site in the portal. So KRU lines up outside of the portal and teleports all at the same time. But MiBR understands the teleport play from KRU, and 3 of the MiBR players teleports to B to take B site, while Raze have gotten into the defender spawn, and Chamber is holding for the teleport plays. Raze goes huge with 2 kills and it's a 4v3 in MiBR's favor. So what do KRU do? Well, for the retake they first uses a Raze nade in hope to find a kill, and this does a lot of damage but not a kill, so just not enough. And then uses these Brim smokes to be able to fully focus on sight. They uses a great Sky Flash through this smoke to kill Viper, and then takes a 1-on-1 fight against Sky to win. And then double swings Raze to win the round. A great round that showed how good they are in playing versus a team that tries to outplay them with teleport plays and more.
MiBR passively. Flash comes through. Beautiful by Claus. A second one. RGL is fully blinded, but there is support from Marines. 2 versus 2 now. The right kick classics don't work. And it's JZZ now on a 2 versus 1. Needs a clutch to start things off, but it's only good enough for 1. KRU comes back for the retake and a defuse.
Patience from KRU there, realizing MiBR tried to hit just about every angle of the map before that hit to B.
KRU just lost the pistol and have to try and win the second round, but have gone for 3 classics and 2 sheriffs. How can they possibly do this? Well, let's start with KRU's agent selection. They've gone for a very default setup, but a solid one for rounds like these, since Sova, KO and Killjoy are amazing at spotting out enemies, while Jett and Omen can be the faster players with Omen's teleport and Jett's dash. Furia's setup with 2 players on A with KO going into this corner, and a corner like this can be a death sentence if Omen can't help or trade KO. While they play Sova on A, Killjoy and Jett in mid, and Killjoy setup on A, since Killjoy setup on A plus Sova abilities are enough to hold off KRU long enough. KRU are going 4 players towards A, and then using Killjoy as a lurker and hopefully keeping some Furia players on B site. Sova uses this arrow that forces KO into the corner we were talking about, but this is perfect, since this corner plays perfectly with the Omen one way, and KRU can't trade after KO gets the first kill. So KRU rotates right away. Let's analyze this one way. A lot of people play this one way in the opening, and if you don't know, if the attacker just swing, they will actually be able to see you as good as you can see them. But when you get bottom and you get on the left side, you only see their feet and they can't trade you back. And this is when this one way is so good. Very few people know that this is like the proper way to play it. Even myself didn't know before now, but now you know. But KRU is running back, and look at Furia. They are running the other way with Sova leaving to focus mid. And this can allow Killjoy to get an opening for KRU. KRU gets spotted on B main and decides to give it up, since if they face a scout or bulldog, they will most likely die. But they decide mid is the play, and why? Well, they use this mid smoke to force Furia to only hold mid from 3, and this allows Omen from top mid to get close to 3, without worrying about mid. Furia picks up the first 2 kills, while Omen gets to trade KO and Jett. So far, KRU should be happy with this round. They got 2 kills and some guns away, but KRU are not done. Jett now enters a 1v3, and look at the guns Furia have. Killjoy have a Ghost, Sova have a Bulldog, and Omen have a Spectre. Omen is first, and Jett hits a nice 1-tap, while Sova and Killjoy swings towards mid to try and 2v1 Jett, since the worst you can do in that 1v2 is to give the player that's alone 2 1v1 fights. What we will see now are silvers in play from both teams. Jett goes mid to try and clear it out, and there's no point of analyzing this, just watch and I will give you the caster reactions.
Okay, not too bad though, at least answered back by KRU. Spike on the back of Kesnit, 3 kills. And a double swing right after.
30 seconds
Both
left.
players are there on the defense, pushing down. Spooky! Oh, he gets it! Kesnit answers right back!
This round showed us the strategical minds KRU have and how good they are with a very weak buy, as well as the clutch abilities some of the players have. It's round 11 and KRU are going for a crucial push towards A. This push is possible since Furia really do not have a lot of agents that can hold this off, like a Breach or Neon. And a push like this gives you so much map control, but Leviathan are not stupid and knows this push is possible, and have gone for the weirdest way to hold it. They use a Odin on Viper to spam the wall in hope for connection. And when you then give away so much map control fast due to a niche play like this, you need to be careful, and it's why Viper and Killjoy stays to hold for the push. KRU uses a Skydog and Boombot to try and take some information, and this works perfect since they now spot Killjoy and knows there was an Odin on the left side. That's all information they need, so you might ask why are they leaving then? Well, running into 2 players from a small door like this is never smart. I can promise you all that. And all KRU wanted was to get information, and they did, as well as getting map control. And sometimes that's worth more than trying to get 2 kills and get a 2-for-2 trade. KRU have rotated around and left Omen alone on A to hold. But remember, they broke the door, keep this in mind. Omen is in a nice off angle, so a 1-for-1 trade should be possible, while 3 of KRU's players are pushing on B to try and find Leviathan. But Viper alone on C site holds. Leviathan are rather going on A. They're kinda giving up B and C, since they understand that KRU probably won't be holding it so much since they heard the door break, and since it's taken some time, why would KRU still be there? And what they do now is to spam Omen with abilities to force him out. While this is happening, KRU gets the first kill and Omen gets to teleport away. And it have all fallen down for Lev, since now if Omen is fast he can run through the door and he's got back safely. Raze tries to be fast but Omen wins the fight and Viper outplays Omen on C site, and the whole run is just lost for Leviathan. This shows us that KRU is very good in these very tight angles, tight positions, where you would see a lot of teams struggle. And this is so weird seeing a team that went 0-9 now doing so good in these type of positions.
Here on this triple push on long B. King would support King to fall. And even Melzer continues to anchor down on the A side alone. Unfortunately there, duels are not being won now for Leviathan this time around. Round number 11 underway. Mazzino trying to look for a lurk kill. Force a rotate back. But unfortunately, he falls as well.
And for the C9 match, which you might see that it's not in this video, I made a whole video about that, so check that one out instead. KRU are going for a fast B play with 4 players going towards B main, while Viper uses this wall and lurk on A to force the defenders on A to still keep a player on A in case Viper gets heaven or gets anywhere on A site. Leviathan's setup are 2 players on B taking an early fight, while they're playing Viper in mid and the last 2 players on A site. But an interesting observation is the chamber pick by KRU, an agent nowadays that has finally found his way back into the meta, and is so strong on these compact and small maps like Bind, Split and Lotus. And I hate what Leviathan are doing, by the way. To peek this is a death sentence, since the attackers can hold it before you peek, and playing versus chamber will likely tell you that he have an operator. And here chamber misses a free kill on Astra. The rest of KRU swings and quickly a 5v5 is now a 5v3. And look at the setup now. When Viper is in heaven, KRU have already smoked it off with the Astra wall, and the rest are so delayed going from A to B. This is a lost site and usually a lost round. But why do we talk about this round as an important round? Well, ever since I started making these videos, one thing have been a problem at the highest level, and that's the position they play versus the bomb plant. Let me explain. We have seen some of the worst ways to play a free bomb plant from the best players in the world. Since with abilities and how the maps are laid out, it's obviously hard. So when we look at KRU's plant and position, we can see something interesting. KRU have full site control and still plants here. Why? Well, it's psychology. Since with this plant, you will most likely play main, and the defenders knows this. But when you plant where KRU decided to do, the defenders will never be sure. And look how KRU plays the plant, with Sky and Astra ready to swing close, and we can see that Sky of Leviathan had no idea this was even possible. And this shows us how well KRU can play the after plant way better than most teams.
To account. Wider is the face again, and you're feeling it. It's desperation. It's running its course. For Lev here, King, I mean, he feels like he has to make a play. With the snake bite pushing forwards, but already too many players have fallen. With the stingers in their hands, I mean, it's a weaker bite. Got to go for plays like this, but this is just looking like KRU cementing themselves, Josh, even further.
Yeah, they're gonna... Leviathan are gonna try and go for this, but Double stingers in hand. Knows with his ult, but there's no point committing the showstopper.
Guys contacted. Yeah, I mean,
I know we just looked at some maps and some rounds, but the goal of this video was just to see the important rounds and important skills that KRU roster have taken into Champs 2023, and congratulations again to KRU for making that. Here are some videos YouTube told me you would love to watch. Enjoy.